I will bring our first contestant. Here, representing all of the Canetonians out there, weighing in at 155 pounds of solid charisma. A man so intense, just blinking would cause him to sweat. Step aside, Stephen Gray. This man could put on the Irish accent to charm the ladies, too. When he's not bartending, he's counting his chips at the poker table. Give it up for David. I know when to hold 'em and when to fold 'em. Embleton. Hello. Not bad, not bad. So you understand I'm going to ask you a question?
I do.
Okay, there's going to be 2 questions.
Not proposing?
No. I am getting married in August, but I hadn't asked you about that, right? Okay, David, what is crack?
Crack is the Gaelic word used to describe the combination of humor, atmosphere, and culture that goes on inside an Irish pub.
I like it. Judges, we're looking good. All right, we have the correct answer there. You're good. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Okay. The next one. What percentage of alcohol does Guinness contain?
Guinness weighs in at a 4.2% alcohol content.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, so now your perfect pour and your story.
Alrighty. So I always find it... No. Oh. I always find it important while we're behind the bar to not only entertain our guests, but also to teach them lifelong lessons we as bartenders have learned. So today I thought I would teach you a lesson in how to escape a very sticky situation with law enforcement by... Not that I have done this personally, but I have heard that it works. So our story begins with Mike. Mike is traveling to his local Irish pub for a couple pints of Guinness, and he is speeding excessively fast, because who can wait that long? Police officer flags him and pulls him over for speeding. Mike is sitting in his car while the police officer approaches. He asks him how he's doing, and Mike says, "I'm doing perfectly fine." The officer asks, "Is there a reason why you're traveling so fast today, sir?" And Mike says, "Yeah, I'm actually on my way up to the quarry to dump a dead body in my trunk." Police officer steps back and says, "There's a dead body in your trunk." And he says, "Yeah, I just shot a guy. I gotta go get rid of the evidence." Police officer is absolutely shocked at this point, and he goes, "So where's the murder weapon?" He goes, "I stashed it in my glove compartment. I gotta get rid of that too, actually." Officer says, "Okay, may I ask you why you shot this guy?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's my drug. He was trying to rip me off, so I shot him and stole the drugs." Police officer is flabbergasted at this point and says, "Well, where are the drugs?" And he goes, "They're stashed under my seat, safely." Police officer says, "Okay, could you please just kind of sit here while I call this in?" And Mike says, "Yeah, not a problem." So SWAT shows up, everybody shows up, surround the car. The SWAT officer approaches the car and he says, "How you doing, sir?" And Mike says, "I'm doing great." And he says, "Okay, well, if we can just get through this as quickly, as painlessly as possible, that'll be great." And Mike says, "Anything you need, officer, I'm happy to help." He says, "Okay, could you please open the trunk of your car for me, sir?" Mike says, "Sure, no problem." Opens the car trunk. Officer looks, there's no dead body. Police officer's a little curious at this point. He says, "Okay, sir, could you please very slowly open your glove compartment for me?" Mike says, "Yeah, not a problem." Opens the glove compartment. Officer looks, there's no gun. Police officer comes back around to the front of the car and he says, "Okay, could you please get out of the vehicle? I'm going to have to search it." And Mike says, "Absolutely, officer, take as much time as you need." Mike gets out of the car. The police officer searches the car. They can't find anything. So at this point, the officer comes back over to the car and he says, "Well, sir, I'm sorry to have disrupted your day like this, but the officer who pulled you over said that you had a dead body in your trunk, a gun in your glove compartment, and a bag of narcotics under your seat." Mike just smiled and said, "Yeah, and I bet that lying son of a bitch told you that I was speeding too." Without any further ado, he makes it to his pub and has a Guinness in no time at all.
All right. Put them together for Dave Ambleton. And the judges will deliberate. And you will be awarded a 1 to 10 on your pint. Yeah. Yeah? Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. I've been sorted. The judges have told me that I'm wrong. You get a 1 to 5 on the pint and a 1 to 10 on the crack. Ladies?
Oh, am I?
And Tissa. All right, and for the crack, hang on, we're ready? Judges, we've got 7, 7, 7, and a 6. Not too shabby, not too shabby.